5:35 in the morning, and we're getting going out of camp here, just off the trail and just past the junction with the Rim Trail and the PCT, joining back up. Well, we only did 15 miles last night. It was good. We laid down about, 5:30 or 6. And we're just horizontal for a long time, and I think it helped. So looking at the map ahead, we do have some significant snow-covered areas that we'll be crossing. We do need to make something like 20 miles a day from here on, so that we can at least have a short fourth morning in if we don't make it on the third day into Shelter Cove. The mosquitoes are starting to wake up, and even though I've had a little DEET on my head, they are after me. So I'm going to get my pack on and start walking. So it was a really quiet night last night, and got down to about the mid-40s. I'm just silent. It's interesting, there doesn't even seem to be animal life going on that usually, wakes you up in the middle of the night, like deer going through, or a fox trotting by, or any of those interesting things. But got a lot of rest, and now we will continue north in Oregon. We're headed toward Mount Theilson. As I said before, a lot of it's snow-covered. And around one of the peaks, there's supposed to be, it was sketchy days ago, and we'll just have to see how it is. In the meantime, we'll enjoy some non-snow-covered trail for as long as we can. This area has been very interesting. So for a long time, it's just been barren, needle duff with volcanic rock and what appear to be sort of lodgepole pines, super straight. The one the road crews use for the snow markers on the highway. And looks like a really dry region. We're walking through an area where for 9 miles there's no water, and in fact it would have been longer than that, but there was a cache at a parking lot that we used last night, and there would be even longer if devilfish hadn't had a cache up ahead of the road. So we are very fortunate for trail angels, but it is a very interesting dry area, and I think that's why you don't see a lot of big wildlife during the day. But the ants do own this place. They are everywhere. It's all ant mounds all along the trail. They just never stop. It's a pine marten. He's just looking at me curiously. It's the first one I've seen on trail. Very cool. Here's the devilfish cache. A welcome sight for sure. I think we'll take a break here and rest a bit before continuing. Well, I had reception at the water cache, and I had a nice long talk with Christy. We've got 7.7 till the next water, and it'll put us at something like a 19 for the day. We got to watch the water because after Theilson Creek, which is the next one, then there's no water for 16 miles, and that water is a steep trail down the mountain to a spring. So we need to watch our water in here. So we're loaded up for the next roughly 8 miles anyway. been climbing for a while now, and the mosquitoes are back. The deep woods off seems to be working on the body. I just don't want to put it on my face, so we'll use the net. Quite fashionable, don't you think? Starting to get a little snow on trail. Starting to catch the mountain here. The snow on the trail becomes more of an issue. Okay, picked our way over that stuff. And there she is. Well, the microspikes help in all the snow, but I was really glad to have them on those traverses. I'm going to keep them on just to make sure they're not hiding one for me up here. Okay, grab some water, took off the microspikes so it looks relatively clear, at least for the next bit here. Well, this is the view for our cooking up lunch. I guess it's just a mile to the summit up there. Looks like a pretty steep mile. And then some more mountains out that way. And there's more mountains out that way. Well, this has been the trail for a while. Whew. There's a trail under here somewhere. All right, we finally rejoined trail, or close to it over there. A lot of snow traversing. And now we're back on rocks, and the Indian paintbrush is blooming. Whew. Okay, hopefully less snow for a while. Nope, we had to do that one too. All right, so the regular trail would head off that way into certain trouble. However, someone has seen that there are switchbacks going down the mountain, and they've just gone down this way through the trees where you've got things to hold on to, and you can, you know, heel strike down and stop yourself. And it looks like that's how they're getting down to them. So that looks like the way I'm gonna go. Microspikes. Oh my friends, that was not easy coming down from up there. Did involuntary glissade here, but landed on the flat. And here is the trail. Oh yes, that was the trail, but it was also snow covered and switchbacked. So I made my way down, and now I'm on dirt. And there's a switchback to catch down here. I see there's snow to walk over further, but I had to get the microspikes off because my big toe had just had enough. I think I bought them when I had size 11 feet. I now had size 12.5 feet from hiking, and I need a size bigger. Snow is still covering a lot of the trail. We haven't escaped it yet. So, the crossing of Theilson Creek was supposed to be way up there at the apex of those trees. But I've been following the snow down here, walking right over the top of the glacial creek, and now we find that you can get at it right here. This is just a stunningly beautiful place with this glacial stream flowing out from under the snow. Mount Theilson. amazing. It's 15 till 3, and there is a campsite that's 2.5 miles further up the trail. I don't imagine I'd get farther than that, especially if there's more snow on trail. It's slow going. It was certainly interesting coming down. Very challenging. Did a couple of sit downs involuntarily, but nothing that was dangerous. Just glad no one was watching. So we'll just head up the hill here and join back up with the trail, and try to see how far we can get. If there's no snow on the trail, we might go a little further, like 5 miles, because it wouldn't take but a couple of hours, but we know how the trail's been to us so far. So for about the last mile, there's been less snow on trail, which has been nice. I did step off of one snowbank thinking, oh, I'm finally on solid ground. Stepped on that. It was muddy snow melt drainage. It gave way, and I got to slide on that too. So I definitely need to do laundry now after falling in the mud. Reached the campsites, and they are kind of pretty. That would put us at about 19 miles for the day. There's another one in 0.8, but no recent comments, so I would have no way of knowing if it was covered in snow or not. Somebody left a water bladder with an inline filter here. Well, if it's still here in the morning, I will take it forward and see if I can find the owner. It's 20 after 4, and the Serenity Shuttle has landed at trail mile 1860 for a just over 19-mile day, which is fairly good considering all of the snow stuff we had to go through, and very thankful for that easy part at the first. We got to see Mount Theilson, which is amazing. Got to get water from the glacial melt coming off the mountain, and got to see a pine marten for the first time. And now we're in this beautiful campsite up in the big trees. Well, hey, thanks for hiking with me, and remember, we're doing the impossible. That makes us mighty.